All right, let's do another wonderful beer off of St. Arnold's, located in Houston, oldest craft brewery. Been around for a long time, and they definitely know their beers. They focus around St. Arnold, who is a real saint, and I believe he's quoted for saying to drink beer because it is from God. And he was known for his beer. He apparently did a lot of great things. The last story, I'll tell this a few times just in case, but the St. Arnold himself had passed away, and the people that had loved him and appreciated felt like they needed to go get him. They ascended to the mountains where he was working at the time and had passed away. And on the way back, there was a tavern. In that tavern, they were celebrating, and there was one, probably pint or more of beer, just one. And they passed it around and toast to him. And it went around, and there was still enough to keep going around. So he sent it around, and apparently that one last cup of beer kept going all night. And that's the story behind St. Arnold. So the person that started it, that's what he named it after. So they really focused on pH balancing, great grains. They take their time. Once you drink this beer, you kind of get spoiled. You really do. So like, I don't try to put down beers. I'm not that one. You know, there's just, everything's a variety for a reason. The variety of life is amazing. The flavor of life, the choices, they definitely do right by beer. So this is a German focused, Bock beer means goat. This is for springtime. It's still a little heavier, but it is a lager. So you're gonna get a nice brown malty deepness, a lot of flavor. You actually have to let it ferment longer to make it palatable, because it's so intense at first. Some people like it, some don't, but that's how it's been done for a long time. Bottom fermenting, cold, makes a lager, but all their bocks are phenomenal. The summertime one was a little more fruity. This one's already more mellow, smooth, made for nice crisp weather, cool weather, cold weather, you know, just hanging out. So it's out right now. If you see it, get it. My girlfriend bought it. I had talked about it because I enjoyed their summer. Summer pills is what it was. So now I got a spring Bock. Let's see if I said it right. And I gotta get this pour down. I do got my stone glass, but it's the most clear one, so you can definitely see all the colors. I don't want to fight this beautiful color. So this is definitely darker than most lagers, but definitely Bock, it can get very deep, very dark, but this is more like a beautiful amber. It's gorgeous color. So this is a lager, Bock style. It's not crisp at all. It's more of a smooth, malty, brown, like, you know, just a nice overlay of grain, very savory, and just enjoyable. So it's going to be deeper than most beer you're used to, but light enough where you can enjoy it if it's a little warm outside. St. Arnold has never let me down. They definitely treat their beers with love, and they do their best to get locally sourced everything. They manufacture small compared to huge corporations, but they have not lost their finesse. They're not worried about that. They produce as much as they can. They expand like all the craft breweries enough to keep up with demand, but not destroy or interrupt the process that creates the best flavors. Hands down, they do start with pH balanced water. They make sure it's more of an alkaline. It ensures better yeast growth, better processing of the sugar. It helps them. It's a beautiful wort to flourish in, and it pays off every time. So this one's out right now, and I recommend it. If you're gonna do a Bock, this is a good introduction. This will kind of spoil it because some Bocks are sharp, but they're deep and they're rich. That's more of the European ones. The American ones are kind of lighter. You get like Ziegenbock. What was the other one? Ziegenbock and Shiner. Those are the two main ones. Those are definitely dark, deep, and rich, but they're a little more intense. But they're very mellow compared to like an overseas Celebrator, I think it's called. That one's very deep and intense. So it's something to work to. That's an imported one. It has a little goat on it because that's what Bock means. So Comes from Germany. Prost on that one. Drink up.